Hello, my name is Sandy, and I have a tag and border addiction. What is tags and borders? I'm a scrapbooker. I've been scrapbooking for 20 years. I've been caught up for a few years. I have 96 scrapbooks. Some of them are ongoing. I love scrapbooking. And since I've been caught up, I've discovered you end up with all these scraps and all these little tiny stickers that you're gonna never use, and little things, and I have all, and I save all of my scraps, even the little itty bitty pieces. And my thing is, I hang them on the side of my tags and borders. Not all of them, not on this one, but a lot of them I do. I use those little things. And so for the last 3 or 4 years, I've changed my style of scrapbooking, because sometimes it takes a few months before I get in a new photo album, a new photo order, and I don't have anything to scrapbook. But I'm playing in my scrap room and making these tags and borders. So let me give you an example of what I do. I have one child. She's going to be 20 in less than a month. She's in college. And this is book number 19 of her life. I started scrapbooking because of her. When those baby pictures started piling up, and somebody gave me a nice album, and I was putting all the pictures in the pockets, but then there's her first bath, her first this, her first that, and it's just photos. No. And I've always kind of thought about doing scrapbooking, but I didn't know anything about it. So back then I had, was it CompuServe? Is that what it was? Internet service. I only had like 20 hours a month of that. And I looked up scrapbooking, and I thought, well, how do you do that? And the picture, you glue the stuff to the pictures, and you got all these bumpy things, and they're rubbing against each other, and I just don't like that. Things are going to get bumped and worn and knocked off, and then I put them in page protectors. Oh, I can do that. So I figured it out myself. So my tags. This is one of my tags that I made, and I like to have literally hundreds of tags made ahead of time. So this is one of my tags. I decorated the cover with that. This was for her 18th birthday. Where's her 19th birthday? Oh, there's her 19th birthday. Anyway. So I always make a page for her birthday and put all of her birthday cards in there. I have all of her birthday cards for the last 19 years stashed in there. This is one of my tags. Happy birthday to you. It's really cute. I'm going to show you. This was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I trimmed it down to 8.5 by 11. One photo, a couple of embellishments, boom, you got an instant page. And I don't do all of my stuff with tags and borders. Sometimes I use other embellishments, but I'm pretty heavy on the tags and borders. This is from Easter. This is an Easter border that I made. And when I scrapbook, I only do 8.5 by 11 pages. That's what I started with. All of my books are lined up on the shelf. They're all the same size. They look nice. I will never change to 12 by 12. In fact, I've cut down most of my 12 by 12 paper to 8.5 by 11, but I just lay out the photos on a page and add a tag or a border, boom, instant page. It's so easy. And I do the same layout a lot. The other one, the photos were vertical. These are horizontal, and I added a little something in between. So tag, there's a nice border. So you get the idea. That's my new style, scrapbooking with tags and borders, and it's so simple, and I can't get my daughter too interested in scrapbooking, but I want her to continue when I'm gone, and so she will have my entire collection of tags and borders. In fact, these are some of my borders. I usually stick to a color theme. I used to have everything sorted by color, so I'd make everything the same basic color. So I can flip through here when I'm doing a page and find a border that goes good with my page. And I even have extra ones that I have made, and I keep them in a box. This is my tag book. Same thing. I have my multicolor section, black, brown. Yeah, and I just love making these tags and borders, and it's a great way to use up the scraps and tags. And my favorite size is, these are like 3 by 5. That's my favorite size. But I use cereal boxes and things like that, scrap paper for the background, for a base, and then I glue scraps onto them. But sometimes I have things I decorate that are odd sizes. Here's some smaller ones. So you get the idea. I love making tags and borders. And I like keeping my stuff organized. So now that I have so much time between photo orders when I can actually make scrapbook pages, my stuff is so organized. My stuff is so made into tags and borders. And recently I made 2 recent videos. One about Halloween. I went through and I made lots of tags and borders and I have them ready to go. I keep everything Halloween except for the scrapbook paper is in these books. So this is my Halloween section. And I recently started making horizontal borders, and you can do this for 12 by 12. No reason you can't. And I noticed a lot of my paper, you know, this has to go this way to be vertical. That's what the strip I cut off the top of the paper to make it 8.5 11 instead of 12. So, and I used to have them running sideways up the border like that, but I'm not doing that anymore. So I started making some of this size of borders too. Imagine 2 photos on your page, vertical like this, and then you got an extra space, slap on a border, boom, you're done. So this is my Halloween, all organized. And then you start ending up with things, your extra stickers and words. And I always cut out my stickers from pages, from the sticker pages. It's, you know, sometimes you got things that go in one section and another section all on the same page. But I like to cut them out and embellishments that you glue on, and I glue them to pages. Just a speck of glue, and then I can pop them off. This was a cutout sheet that I got from Scrapbooking for Less. It was a 12 by 12 page, and I cut them out so I can decorate tags and borders with them. And then here's a lot of little extra stickers. At one point I saw on RTS. It's rearrange the stuff, record the story. She took all of her stuff off of the original sticker pages and put them on the wax paper, glued onto paper, like this. And so I tried that, and I like it because normally I cut things out and they got a little edge on them, so they take up a little bit more space. But without that backing on them, you can get a lot more stuff on a page. But I like to, you know, rearrange my stuff. If I use them up, there's a lot of blank spaces, so I rearrange them and condense them down. So I'm not going to do any more on the wax paper. I'm going to go back to cutting them out and gluing that on. And then you pull it off and peel off the back. So then I finished, I also did the Thanksgiving. I didn't have very many Thanksgiving tags and borders, so I made all of these. Again, lots of new horizontal borders. These are just little things if you got a space to fill in on your page. I do that. And I never think about layouts. I put the pictures on, fill in the space with something. I was making these baseball card size ones because they're so easy to organize in the book, and you know, you can get 18 in one of these page protectors. But and I still make them if I got a little piece of cereal box that size. But I prefer the 3 by 5. That's my favorite size. So then I've got embellishments. This just says thankful if I want to journal about a page. A few things to journal on. And then things to create more tags and borders with. And words. And then I use my scraps. And I make up these tag bases, and sometimes I'll use just a solid sheet like that, you know. And I can use a brown paper or orange paper, or you know, it doesn't have to be that in particular. But I've got that all organized. This is one of my borders bases. Sometimes I'll glue three strips of paper on there. Sometimes I'll just glue one strip onto, you know, because I like to use stuff up. And like I said, I use these tiny little pieces. I don't like to waste anything. So that's what I've been doing. And now I've spent over a week playing with my Christmas stuff. And let me put this book back on the shelf. So this is my Christmas book. And I don't really even need... this is a photo mat. This is my only horizontal border, because like I said, I'm kind of new to it, but I got a place to fill that in. These are 2 sheets of paper, not just one, or there will be 2 sheets. I don't glue to both sides, because you slide it out and then you're looking at one side and what's on the back side is catching, so you use 2 sheets of paper so that they can slide against the smooth back. Anyway, so I have a snow section. This is my snow stuff. These are pre-made scrapbook pages. Somebody gave me a whole bunch of them, and I've used up a lot of them. There's just a last few that don't really seem to go with anything, but I'm going to use them someday. So then I've got Christmas borders. I need to fill one in here. Sometimes I make them with journaling cards if I want to write something in there. And then here's some borders. And I had things like this, and I decorate them, because as is, I probably never use them, but that'd be good on a page. Journaling cards. These I made. Then I've got these little strips in case I need a little space to fill in, a little horizontal space. These are bigger words that won't be going on my tags and borders. Excuse me. These, I had 3 sheets of scrapbook paper that were just these words, plus some smaller ones too, which are on another page. So I cut them all up, like this week. These are the horizontal decorations. So that's just the beginning of what I've been doing. So there's more. This is all of my embellishments to decorate tags and borders or whatever. And here you can see the wax paper. I'm trying to eliminate that. When I get down to a few things, then I cut them out on the wax paper and glue them onto paper. So these were from those 3 sheets of scrapbook paper. So this is what I have to work with, and I've been working with it. I have like 20 tags and 20 borders like this laid out on my table over there. My table is about 2 by 4, 2 foot by 4 foot, and it's totally covered with tags and borders that I've started putting together. So I have all of this stuff. And then, well, I'm going to skip through. Some of these smaller tags will probably use to put on a border eventually. So these are things that I can use to make as subjects for my tags and borders. And some of these bigger things, I do glue books, and they will probably go in my glue books. So that's what I've been working on, my tags and my borders. Also, so like I showed you before, here, this is one of my tags, and this is one of my borders. They're finished. And then, and these will actually go into a box of pre-made stuff that don't fit into my books. So, these are this is my Christmas paper. I also have snow paper. I'm very frugal. I buy a lot of paper pads, 12 by 12, but I only do 8.5 by 11 pages. Some of this is cardstock, some of it is thin paper. I don't care. Once it's in a page protector in a book, it's tough. It's durable. So this was 12 by 12, and I already made one page out of that. This was 12 by 12, and this was in the center of the page. It was a little bit longer. I trimmed off some on the bottom and some on the top, and then I cut out this border that was on the 12 by 12, and I glued it on here to make and probably one photo on here with a couple embellishments, and that's all it was going. Same with this. This was up in the corner, so I cut it down to my size, and then I cut out these edges and glued them on here. And they're not perfect. This one you can see a little bit of white is missing, but they're fine. This was 12 by 12. I cut it out, and I cut. This is where I cut out and glued this on. I had 2 sheets of that. This is vintage. Somebody gave me this. I don't often do these smaller sizes, but someday maybe. Actually, this should go in my... No. Yeah. This should go in my book, because when I'm flipping through, I like to be able to see it and try to remember to use it. It doesn't really seem to be working for me, but but that's what I usually do with these. I put them in my books so that when I'm flipping through, I will see them often and remember I have them. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This was as is. I got 2 sheets of that. I'm not going to show you the whole stack. These are very vintage, but they're fine. I like them. This is very vintage. And then these are from my books, my paper pads. I've cut them down. Oh, I want those on top. I want to get those used. Okay, so that's my paper. And then, so I end up with these are the strips from the side of the page when I cut it down to 8.5 by 11. And I can decorate tags with those. I can do things with them if I need a Christmas scrap. I end up with a lot of these strips, and like I said, a lot of them end up needing to be horizontal, so I glue some together that coordinate well. Those two don't necessarily coordinate, and then I get prints like this that can go horizontal or vertical, so I've been doing a lot of those. So these are my scrap strips, and I always have tons of those. These are my little scraps. Little bitty scraps. And I'm going to glue these onto tags and borders. Like, this is one. Sometimes if I have the short strips, I'll glue a bunch of strips along one side, like this. And then a long strip here. It looks good. So there's my scraps. These are some border bases that I've been making. Horizontal border bases. And these are just under 4 inches. And they can vary. I think I like them. These are about 3 3/4 by 8 1/2. And I do trim them slightly shorter. Because if they're going right up to the edge and even overlapping, you're going to have to trim them a little bit because they're going to be hard to get in the page protector. And I cut some computer paper down to size to glue strips onto. These I like to have to be about 2 3/4, I believe. 2 3/4 and 3 3/4. Wide. So I've been gluing onto those, and sometimes when I'm at work, I'm the custodian, I will find a pile of paper that's been printed on, and I'll just take it and reuse it. So there's that. Oh, and when I get done playing with all of this, I also do glue books, and I've started on this one, and I talk about the Ideals books, and I happen to have a stack of them, and I haven't even cut into them yet because I got so much stuff now. But I find these at thrift shops, and they're just loaded with Christmas pictures. This one doesn't seem to have too many really good ones, but these are great for glue books. And a lot of these I won't use, but I end up with a lot of these full-size pages from these magazines. So I tear these apart, cut out the pictures. So this is Ideals magazine. They're from Ideals Publishing Corporation in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA. I wonder if this has a year on it. No. A 1-year subscription is 8 issues for $15.95. This is old, obviously. But these, I've had people in my comments say I never heard of Ideals, but this is Ideals, and they have them for Easter and I don't know what all. But I get these for like $1 or less at the thrift shops. So my cat just jumped on the table. This is a calendar page. That's my cover. This is inside. This is what I've got going on. And I've got a lot of these full-size pages, so I've been doing a full-size page on each 2 pages. They're not really, they don't really go together. I don't try to match them up. But I glue that onto red or green paper, and then I decorate the back. So I think as I get further through, yeah, I'm up to, yeah, I'll put this in here to mark where I've left off. I'll add a few things to this page, to this side, and then decorate this side. And I had an idea. I usually do my glue books 25 sheets covered on both sides, so that's 50 pages. And then I bind them. I clamp them together, take it out to the workshop. Well, I glue it. When it dries, I take it out to the workshop and I drill holes in it. And then I sew it up. I have a way of doing that. If you want to know how to bind books, go to YouTube and look for Shannon Green, binding loose leaf Loose Leaf Pages. That's where I learned. It's a very good video. It's probably about a half an hour long, but you'll learn how to bind your own books. But a lot of people make glue books. There's no rules. They use spiral notebooks, other books, anything they want. So then I've got gift wrap, some scraps of gift wrap to decorate my pages, and lots of things. I got a few. Oh my goodness, there's some more scrapbook paper. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so when I get done playing with my tags and borders, I'm going to work on my glue book some more. And it's less than a week before Thanksgiving, so I've got most of December to play on. I've got almost a full month to play. Anyway, so here's what I've got done. I think I just showed you that one, and this one, this, and see, there's Christmas borders, and I've got a lot more on the table to play with, and they can vary, and you know, I like to make mine cluttered with lots of stuff on it, like this, my little paper edges hanging off, lots of little pieces. That's a good way to use up all that stuff. But if you don't like all that clutter, eventually you'll kind of settle into your own style of the way that you like to do them. So these are, isn't that cute? These are a couple of pieces of gift wrap that I glued onto just tag shaped paper, and I just put Christmas greetings on that one. This one was somehow kind of crooked, but I don't care. And I added this. I can write in the year or somebody's name or whatever. And I added a few stickers, and that's that. I have... This is just a back of an old calendar. It's my tag pattern that I made, 3x5. And I cut down my scraps of paper, or I use, well, my cereal boxes and stuff, and the fronts and backs of paper pads. And I had a bunch of, at work they threw away 2 packages of unopened legal size computer paper. Well, I took those and I trimmed them down to 8.5 by 11 so I can run them through my printer, and I ended up with these strips across the bottom, and I made these paper tags out of them, so they're not very strong, and these I made out of, this is a popcorn box, food packaging, whatever. But over the years, I've been using this a few years, I trimmed this, and it's getting more and more pointy. So I might make a new tag. Some people make their tags with just a tiny little corner snipped off the bottom, and that's fine, whatever their style is. This is probably more like what you might like. I found these in the trash at work. I can't pass those up. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But, ooh, my tag obsession. I was just kind of joking about being obsessed. Well, not really. About being addicted to tags. I do love tags and borders. So, actually, oh my, that would make a perfect pattern. Then I'm going to have 2 different styles. Anyway, I'm just jabbering, not getting a thing done, but I hope you're learning some good tips and tricks and stuff. So I think I am ready to finally start gluing together some tags and borders. Let me put these back over on my table out of the way. My cat is chasing a rubber band in my little tray of stuff I have here on my desk. Alright, so I've gathered up this. my pre-made tag. And I'm going to make some more with my scraps before I get done. So I got that. Get these out of the way. There's my gluing mat. And I have been going through glue sticks. I've gone through maybe 15 of them since I started playing with the Halloween and Christmas and stuff. But I have... let me show you what I have. I have this. I have lots of glue sticks. I order these from Target and I think they're about $16, $17 for a box. And I ordered 2 or 3 so that I can get $35 free shipping. So I've got that. And then I have this pretty little tin I got in an antique store. And I keep a backup supply in there. And then on the front of my desk I have this long wooden thing that I built with dividers in it. And I've got my markers and Sharpies and pencils and pens and scissors. And I have one little cubicle in there where I keep my glue sticks handy. Oh, I gotta take a sip of my tea. Okay. So, I lost one of my, there it is. So I start out with my little squares and hang them off the side. And to be honest, I am not really creative. I do the same pattern a lot. I do the same thing. I glue 3 little pieces to the side, hanging off the side, just to use stuff up, just add a little clutter. When I started getting into making tags, I would see a lot of them on Pinterest, and the ones I really liked were all cluttered up. It was really good. This was a sticker, and it's kind of transparent. And very, very thin and flimsy. Very, very thin and flimsy. So I glued it to a piece of paper and cut it out to add more strength to it. And it was on one of those pieces of wax paper. So I love it when I get those used up. So here's a snowman embellishment. And you should care about acid-free. Most of your scrapbook is acid-free. Page protectors are acid-free. If they're not acid-free, they can deteriorate your photos. They can. That doesn't mean they will. And you should take that seriously. I don't. I use pictures out of magazines. Those have acid in them. Over 30, 40 years, or who knows, it could deteriorate your pictures. So this snow was off of one of that scrapbook paper that I cut up. And then I always punch a hole in it. And I have a lot of nice fibers and yarn and ribbon to tie through these tags. And sometimes I use them, but most of the time I don't, because then you got the string on there covering up the picture or whatever, hanging out the top of your book if you put it close to the top of your page. I also do a lot of, normally I will add buttons and things like that. But I'm doing so much right now, I'm skipping that. I can always add them later if I have the ambition. But I've got so much of this stuff, I can use these on my glue book pages. And my glue books are not in page protectors. With the buttons and things in the page protectors, in my books where I choose what I want, and once they're on a page and in a page protector, I don't worry about these bumpy things. But on a glue book, you've got these things rubbing up against each other, and I don't really like that. I do use them anyway sometimes. But there's no rules, you know, you do what you like to do. So that's just my personal preference. So that's done. I've done a lot of talking. So here's a tag. I mean, a border base that I made. I make them all. And you can use green or red paper, anything that's kind of festive, anything that you think would fit the Christmas mood if you don't have any Christmas paper. Hard to drink my tea without slurping. And this is my favorite tool. And I had 2 of these. A friend of mine gave me these. And I used the other one. It looks nicer. I used the other one for quite a while. And you had to... Oh, come on. But this is acting up on me right now. But maybe I need to do some tin foil or something. But this one works very well. It's very easy to squeeze with this lever. Where the others, you gotta... I was going... But this one is very easy to use, and I just love this one. My paper, when I vacuum the floor, it's not even carpet, but I vacuum because I have dog hair, pet hair, and when I'm just jabber. Well, I have pets, and I vacuum the hard floors because otherwise, when you sweep, the dog hair goes flying everywhere. You got to turn the beater bar off, though, or it's still gonna fly. But anyway, I end up with a lot of these little corners on the floor, and when I do the floor once a week, I pick up a lot of them. Okay, now this is kind of just the beginning. So I'm going to flip through these, and I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to look for some things that are going to look nice on this page. Well, let's start with that. And that. And we don't have to coordinate great. And there's some candy canes. Okay, there's my 3 little things to hang off the side. Now I need to add a few things. Let's see, what if I add this sticker up here? Yeah. How about a little train down here by Santa's feet? Now these are stickers, and I'm just sticking them on there. And they're going to get moved a little bit when I actually put it together. There's another sticker. And I like to add just a little something on my little 3 pieces of paper for kind of a little finishing touch on them. Ooh. This one. I'll put that up there. And that's all. So with each one I've been going through and adding some more stuff. This is how I use stuff up. And by the way, as long as I'm showing you so much stuff, this is my box of, sometimes I go through my scraps of strips and I make these border bases by colors. See? And then I've had these, and like I said, this horizontal borders are kind of a new thing to me, and I want to decorate these some more, so they're in here. They need a little bit of work. I'm going to grab that box, but I really wanted to grab this box because I needed some certain colors of the tags and borders to fill out my pages in my tags and border books. But the extra ones that don't fit, I put them in these plastic bags. This is by color. This is the multicolor. This is the pink. I make a lot of pink. Pink just comes from everywhere. There's some green and some purple. And I got one red one. Some yellow. brown. And I've got some, there's some colors that I do, I don't know, black, and others that I don't have extras that don't fit in the book. But I'm going to put a lot of these Christmas ones in one of these bags for backup. Because, like I said, I want my daughter to carry on the scrapbooking tradition, and I want it to be easy for her. I want to make sure I have a huge backup of tags and borders for her, which I hope I'm around for a long time. I'm 61. I'm going to retire in about 3.5 years, longer than that. But I want to have quite a few good years of retirement. I want to become a grandma. But like I said, she's in college. It was going to be a little while. I had her late in life. I was 41. So she's coming home from college on Wednesday. My husband has the day off. He's going to go pick her up. But her boyfriend wanted to pick her up too. He goes and picks her up. He doesn't go to college. He works for FedEx. But he likes to go pick her up. She's 2 hours away. But he wanted to go get her, and my husband wanted to go get her, and we have a dog, Rosie. Rosie likes to go on road trips. So my husband wants to take Rosie on a road trip. So my husband and her boyfriend are going to go and get her together with Rosie. I got so much planned, you know. Seems like all of a sudden it's Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I've been just piddling around for the last couple of weeks, playing in my scrap room, and boom! Yesterday we did some shopping and bought some stuff for Thanksgiving dinner and our usual groceries. And then today I have to go to another grocery store that we like. They always have pies on sale. I don't like. Well, sometimes you can get a good buy from a bakery, but if they got a soft, mushy crust, I don't like them. I really like the Mrs. Smith pies, or a lot of different kind. You bake them fresh and they have a crispy crust. That's what I like. So every year, the weekend before Thanksgiving, one of our stores we like to shop at always has pies on sale. So we go get pies, and I didn't get my turkey yet either. I'm going to get that today. And my brother loves to buy the pies too. I'll buy 4 or 5. Well, I'll probably get 4 pies, and he'll probably get 4 pies. Oh, but then my freezer is full. So when I get the pies home today, I have to take everything out of the freezer and rearrange things and repack it. But I will get them in there. I have every confidence of that. So then other things we got to get done. A couple days ago, I have a lot of little lawn statues in the flower beds. You know, my yard's not, you see some at people's houses, they're just loaded. But I have a very large yard with lots of landscaping, flower beds, you know, and I have a lot of little statues in there and stuff. And so, about this time of year, we gather them all up, and I wash them, and I put them away in the workshop. I have this huge shelving unit in there, and the very top shelf is empty. It's not empty now, but I washed them all. I have this antique wash tub, and I take that out to the deck, and I fill it with hot soapy water, and I wash all of my ornaments, my stuff. And so we got those put away. And then today, last night we piled some lumber into the workshop. On those shelves I talked about, I I have scrap lumber on there. And 11 years ago when we put the addition on our house, in the back corner we have the air conditioner out there, and then we have, for our addition, we have one of those Mitsubishi heating and cooling units that both heat and cool, and it's got what do you call it? It's got a unit outside that works with it. And they've got these lines running to them with insulation on them, and my dogs, when I'm talking 11 years ago, dogs I don't even have anymore, they get into stuff. They chewed up the insulation on some of those lines. And I had seen in a magazine like Handyman or something, Popular Mechanics, a project where you build this big box that goes around, that you put around your air conditioning unit to hide it. And I made one. It's pretty big, and I have lattice around on the top and two sides, and it fits in a corner, so it only needs the top and the two sides with lattice. But I've had it there for all these years, and we've had the air conditioning serviced a few times, and I've had them tell me, you shouldn't have that there. Well, it's lattice. It's got plenty of ventilation, and it keeps the dogs from chewing up the insulation, and it looks nice. Well, this summer we had them work on it, and the guy said it again, so we got, okay, fine, let's do it. Let's take it down. So we did. So I dismantled it, and I've had it sitting out there for a while, the lattice and the lumber. So I finally got that put away. And now today, after we do our grocery shopping, and I have to go pick up our leaf blower because it's been in the repair shop, and with this COVID going on, they waited a long time, several weeks, to finally get the part. And they finally got it fixed. So I have to go pick that up today. Gotta go to the grocery store. Gotta repack the freezer. And then after that, my brother and I, my husband's at work, so it'll be my brother and I, we're going to get the Christmas decorations out of the storage room that we had built onto the back of our garage, which is 20 feet long by 6 feet wide, with floor-to-ceiling shelves along one long wall. And we collect blow molds. We have probably 50 Christmas ones, or maybe more. So we're going to get those down. But we don't really decorate until we have Thanksgiving decorations out. Not a lot, but it's Thanksgiving, not Christmas. But I'm going to get them down and put them in the workshop so they're ready to go. And I am going to decorate my Mickey Mouse Christmas tree, because I have a Mickey Mouse Christmas tree and my that's for the family room, and my Victorian Christmas tree for the living room. And each of them have tons and tons of ornaments, and it's very time consuming to decorate them. So I do those a few days before Thanksgiving, and then the day after Thanksgiving we pack up the Thanksgiving decorations and put out the blow molds and all the rest of the indoor decorations. So I'm going to be so busy. And then and a week or two after Thanksgiving, we're going to have our basement waterproofed. I finally found somebody to do it at a reasonable price. And so, guess what? They said you can shove everything to the middle of the room because they're going to trench all the way around the walls and put in the pipe and pump and stuff. But no, we're going to pack everything up, and there's a lot of clutter down there. Pack it up and move one of the cars out of the garage so we have a free space. And we're going to put everything in the garage. We have room for 3 cars, so we'll still be putting 2 cars in the garage. And then one space will be, we're going to bring everything up, pack it up, bring it up, and dust it as we go. And then they're going to do their thing, and then I'm going to move my brother's room from the back of the basement to the front of the basement, which is going to be a bigger room for him. I didn't put a lot on that one, but it's fine. And get rid of a few things, go through some stuff, reorganize some stuff. His room will be for storage, and the front room is going to be his room. And so before we move everything back in, I want to paint. I have to build a small wall and add a door for his new area. I have to call an electrician to, that's very crooked. I have to call an electrician to add some more electrical outlets, because there's like one in each room down there. I have to, that's very crooked. There's a light switch at the top of the stairs that turns on the light at the bottom of the stairs, and in the room where my brother's going to be moving to, which is going to be 2 separate areas now. So I need to have that changed so that the light at the switch at the top of the stairs is only going to turn on the light in the entryway area down there. So then we're going to paint, and we're going to add some laminate flooring throughout the basement, which I will do myself. So we're going to be very busy, and my daughter will be home, and so I want to spend some time with her. I'm going to take a week of vacation. I have not had any vacation this year. With COVID, oh my God, it's been a challenging year. I'm sure it has been for everybody. But it's been challenging. And now we have this machine. I'm the janitor. We have this backpack machine that they put me in charge of it. Whenever we have our own clinic at work, we have COVID testing. It takes 15 minutes for results. Whenever we send anybody home with COVID, Sandy has to spray. I gotta spray. I put on that backpack and spray everything. I sprayed 3 times this week. It's getting to be a real hassle. And that's, it messes up my work schedule. It's a pain. But you do what you gotta do, I guess. So, it just seems all of a sudden, boom, I'm really busy. But oh well. Grateful I've been working through this whole thing and haven't missed out on any paychecks, or, don't have a small business. Things have been rough. So I'm going to finish this border, and then I'll record more later when I get, maybe, I don't know. I've probably been talking half an hour at least. So much been going on. I'm looking for a couple of more things to embellish. There's a little sticker that says, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Alright, I think that will do it. So I'm ready to glue. I'm so excited when I get done with all of this. I'm going to go through those papers again and condense them and make it a lot thinner, because if I put those back in my book as is, whoa, that book is going to be packed. So hey, with all the things I'm doing, I'm getting a video made too. How's that for multitasking? I tell you what though, it's Saturday. I got to sleep in late, but I took a long nap after work. I was so tired. I slept almost 3 hours. So then when I went to bed last night, about midnight, after midnight, I wasn't tired, and I laid in bed for over an hour, and then I thought, oh, I'm getting up. So I got up for about an hour. Then I went back to bed after 3 o'clock, about 3 o'clock in the morning, yeah. Then I woke up about 8 o'clock this morning, so I got about 5 hours of sleep. But I think I was kind of just going, all the things I got to get done, going through my head. But, you know, all those things I need to get done, they're going to take a part of a day. This is what I'm going to get done today. I'm going to get it done. And I got this stuff to do another day. And then hopefully I will still have plenty of time to play in my room. Because this is not work for me. It is not work at all. This is my obsession, my addiction. I got dead glue sticks and lots of sticker backs in there. That's my trash. Then I have another wastebasket that's for paper to recycle. I think I will add a button right there. Let me see. I need my glue dots. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up. And all my little squares, these are my Christmas ones. And these are all the others. See, I save all these little squares. Am I crazy? But I use them. I do use them. You know, they're pretty little pieces of paper. And this is my little pocket for my Christmas ones. I had autumn ones in here, but I used them up. So, yeah. I use up them little scraps of paper. I use up strips of paper. I make my tag bases and border bases. These are my everyday, sorted by color, tag and border bases that I have decorated. I think I might need to make some more. And these are various things. These are my I call these raw tags and borders. These are some pockets. I never use those, that you can put something in. I never think about using those. But these, and like I said, I had all those paper tags that I made. They're kind of flimsy, but I'm going to use them. And then that legal size, after I made the tags, I still had all these little squares. Don't know what I'm going to do with those, but maybe someday. I don't like to waste anything. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Yeah, I am going to get back. I'm going to wrap up this video and make a second video and show you when I got everything all organized. I might make some more tags and borders on tape, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.